And this is also a lesson for me too, because y'all know I reacted. And I was like, oh my God, it's happening. Isn't this so familiar? Let's find the vibration. What is up, Elians? I'm back again with another video. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Simply Elle, and I'm welcoming you happily to the Alien gang. And if you're not new here, you know it's the regular madness. It's the regular madness. Thanks for coming back. Alright, so this is the update to brickgate, the brickgate saga. And we're just gonna get right into it. Hopefully a final update to this situation. So it says here on the article, Houston's viral brick lady surrenders amidst scandal of fraudulent GoFundMe campaign. She's been arrested. She surrendered finally. So we're just gonna go through this article and see what we find interesting. This is her mugshot right here. Right here. Baby, come down. Come down. Yeah, that's the booking photo. Okay. So we're just gonna go through the article, peruse it, and see what we find interesting, if there are any talking points. Oh guys, I also want to give you a movie recommendation. Yeah. Go and watch Society of the Snow on Netflix and let me know what you think. In a bizarre and bewildering saga that gripped In a bizarre and bewildering saga that has gripped the city of Houston, the limelight shines on Roda Osman, the woman who catapulted to viral fame for her harrowing tale of a brick assault outside a local club. A narrative that authorities now assert to be untrue. The latest twist in this unfolding drama reveals that Osman, aged 33, has finally surrendered to the police. Charged with felony theft by deception, Osman had initially pledged to turn herself in on Thursday. However, the promised surrender did not materialize. As we know, now new court records bring clarity to the situation, confirming that Osman surrendered to the authorities this morning. It's published January 23rd, 2024 at 1:39 p.m. and it was updated same day at 2:35 p.m. So this morning means the morning of Tuesday, January 23rd. As Houston grapples with the strange sequence of events, recent court documents shed light on Osman's legal status. She is now reportedly free on a $10,000 bond awaiting her arraignment scheduled for March 5th. As part of her bond conditions, Osman had to surrender her passports. Okay, she's grounded. The unfolding drama began when Osman's claims of a vicious attack circulated widely on social media, eliciting an outpouring of sympathy and support from the online community. However, the narrative took a dark twist when it was exposed that Osman had allegedly exploited her distressing story to raise over $42,000 on GoFundMe under false pretenses. Yes, the charges against Osman are severe, accusing her of fabricating significant elements of the story she presented to the police. The incident dates back to September when Osman claimed she was assaulted by a brick by an unknown man after rejecting his advances outside a club. Her social media post, which did not include any footage of the alleged assault, sparked widespread debates online about the credibility of her story. According to a charging document, Osman reported to the police that she was hit in the face with a brick and also claimed to have narrowly escaped a kidnapping attempt by a supposed Uber driver. However, subsequent review of local surveillance footage by a detective painted a different picture. That's the most important part for me. In the video, Osman is seen in the company of a friend and the individual she later pointed to as her assailant. The video reportedly depicts Osman slapping the individual, who retaliates by striking her back, wielding a water bottle in hand. That's what the video shows. If we watch the video, we would see what is being described here and not what Rhoda claimed happened. The footage contradicted Osman's claims of a brick assault and raised doubts about the authenticity of her story. Rightfully so. A friend who was with Osman on the night of the incident reportedly told the police she did not believe Osman was hit with a brick. Despite these inconsistencies, the initial social media posts led to a fundraiser on GoFundMe that garnered hundreds of donations, totaling at least $42,000. The crowdfunding page has since been deactivated. Thank God. This isn't the first time Osman has allegedly employed such tactics. This is also important. In 2010, she reportedly created another GoFundMe page claiming she was assaulted by a private security guard in Minneapolis, a claim disputed by a friend who previously stayed with Osman. So, a few things that I want to note. The friends, everybody that's come out to speak about Roda has said similar things. Basically, she's pretty violent. She's always in conflict. She's always in a fight, always in some trouble, always in some ish. Okay, and it's always with black women, black men, black this. As someone who claims to be a social justice warrior, for black people, why are you always in conflict with black people? I don't know what else the people who are still supporting this woman need. I really don't know. Something we should definitely look into is the interview with the Houston prosecutor. This is an earlier article. This was published on January 17th. Houston prosecutor says this is not the first time the viral brick lady has made false claims of assault. Houston. The lead prosecutor on a case where a woman is accused of making up a story about being hit in the face with a brick during an altercation with a man outside a Houston club is sharing more about what led up to her facing charges. Keith Houston is the cybercrimes chief prosecutor at the Harris County District Attorney's Office. He said surveillance video of the alleged assault tells a very different story than what Osman had claimed on social media. So I guess they interviewed the lead investigator. What was he called? Yeah, the lead prosecutor. Okay, so the question is, did any of the evidence verify what Osman claimed to happen to her? The answer by him, no. That was not verified by any of the evidence that was looked at. They were able to find video of the defendant and another person who we believe was the accused assaulter. They got into a car, they both got out of the car, and the defendant slapped the male, who then responded by slapping her back. He did have a water bottle in his hand, and we think that that's what left the mark on her face. But it was mutual combat, Houston said. For those who are still, maintaining that she was still assaulted, they don't call it assault when you're in a fight. When you're in a kerfuffle, when you are fighting, it's not assault if you get hurt. If you started a fight and you end up being the one with the most injury, are you not going to go and arrest the person you started the fight with, that they injured you? Abi, are you going to go home jejely and shut up? She knew that if she said, I slapped him first and then he hit me in the face with a bottle, nobody would donate any money to her. Nobody would be so outraged. It wouldn't be a thing. Instead, she knew the story that would get the reaction that she wanted, which is that a man asked for my number, I said no, and he proceeded to use a brick to hit me in my face. Another question. What role did the fact that this incident went viral on social media play into the investigation and tips? That played a very big part in this. From what I understand, even before the detective had come to me, people were already reporting to GoFundMe that it was fraud, that they suspected it to be fraud, and GoFundMe, I don't know when they froze it, but it was before I was contacted in November, and the donation was frozen for a long period of time. Did Osman ever get access to the money raised from the GoFundMe? My understanding is she did not get any of the money, but she did also put on her personal IDs for Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal, so people can send money to her directly, Houston said. So anyone who sent money to her directly, obviously they didn't get any money back. Only the people who donated via GoFundMe received a refund. And honestly, it should be a lesson learned for those people who gave her money, because at this point, you should have waited to know if the cause you were donating to was righteous or not. I mean, I don't feel that bad. Maybe I feel a little bit bad, but I also feel like, there are people who didn't donate to her. There are people who waited to find out the truth before doing anything, saying anything, jumping to conclusions and all that. There are people out there who did that. So I believe we all had the ability to wait before putting any monetary investment into the situation. So that's why I don't feel that bad, because your mates out there that waited, they don't have two heads. Question: has Osman ever been accused of something like this before? Answer: yes. Somebody who saw the story contacted the police here and informed them that she had done the exact same thing in Minnesota in 2020. Remember in my first video, in my second video about this situation, that she's had 3 GoFundMe in the past 3 years. It's almost the exact same story. Somebody hits her or fights her or something, hurts her, and she uses the fact that she's a black woman to get donations on GoFundMe. People, shine your eyes. What do you know about this case? What do you know about that case? The only thing that I know is that the webpage was still up when we did our charging documents. So till this time period that they were investigating, her old fraudulent GoFundMes were still up. Detective verified with Minneapolis police that there was no assault, and at the time it was completely fictional, and it was her former roommate, I believe, that reported it, or somebody that she knew reported it, Houston said. It's like the people closest to her, the people that know her, they did come out and say this is what she does. Obviously, you take stuff like that with a grain of salt, and honestly, I can understand that, because many people were coming out left and right saying either the truth or lies. Some people were confirmed to be lying, so I can understand why you don't want to just take people's word for it, but that should also be the reason why you shouldn't take Rhoda's word for it in this situation either. So those are the red flags that some people missed, is mainly the people around her that were reporting these situations, these scams, telling everyone not to believe it. How can people avoid being scammed by stories like this? This is such a good question, and let's listen to the answer. The biggest thing is, don't react immediately. This is also a lesson for me too, because y'all know I reacted and I was like, oh my god, it's happening, isn't this so familiar? If only I knew, if only I had waited. Now I won't be 4 videos deep in this mess. Maybe I'll be 2 videos deep or 3 videos deep, or I don't know. But if only I had waited. But thankfully, what I thank God for is that as soon as it started to look like this was a scam, I took a step back and said, you know what? If this is real, these are my thoughts. However, if it's not real, these are also my thoughts. And when evidence kept coming out to back up the fact that it was a hoax, this was a lie, I didn't ignore it. I didn't act, I didn't stand 10 toes on she didn't lie. No, I don't know this girl. I do not know her. So how am I going to defend her character? When evidence comes out that something is looking like something else, the thing to do is to take a step back and listen. Use your own discernment. Use your own critical thinking skills to basically figure out what the truth is. Don't get caught up with picking a side. Because the reason why we're here, while a lot of people fell for this and all that, is because of black women versus black men. That shouldn't be a real thing. That should not be a real thing. Like, look into it a little bit and take your time. Take your time. I mean, if somebody has medical bills, those medical bills don't need to be paid immediately. You can wait 30 days. You can wait 60 days. Verify something, and then you're going to help someone out. Also, stick with people you know. I've helped friends who have recommended GoFundMe pages of their friends. So I think it's a matter of trust. You got to trust who you're giving the money to, Houston said. God will bless this police officer. This cyber crimes lead prosecutor. God will bless this man. Stick with people you know. A lot of people, due to this case, have said, I only donate money to my friends and my family. Like, and me, I said the only people I give money to are homeless people. Obviously, my friends and family are part of it, but I didn't think to mention them because, I don't know, it just seemed like, like it goes without saying, but I'll say it now. My family and friends, I've borrowed friends' money, I've given friends money. For homeless people, it doesn't bother me what they're going to do with the money. I can't tell which ones are using it for drugs. I can't tell which one actually goes and buys food with it. I don't know. I can't tell. All I know is it's in my heart to help, so I did it. It's my family and my friend. If you need me, I'll help you. Obviously when it starts looking like you're taking me for granted, I will for sure call it out. But these are people that I trust, not a stranger on the internet. Moving on. Has Osman participated in the investigation in any way? And the answer is, at first, I first came into this investigation back around Thanksgiving time, and at that time the detective was trying to get the defendant to come in and talk and see what exactly was going on here. The only reason we charged this now was that the only reason we charged this now, what we did is because she hasn't come in. They've given her several opportunities to come in and she's just not shown up. They've given her several opportunities to come in and she's just not shown up. Exhibit A, the surrender that was supposed to happen a couple days ago, and she didn't show up for that. Before that, he's saying that they tried to, get some information out of her. She didn't show up. If you guys remember the article that I read in the last video, she gave the detectives or the police someone else's number, her friend's number. And if you remember her criminal records, she's been charged for giving a peace officer false information. So everything tracks. She gave them her friend's number, hoping they won't get to her. And when they eventually got to her and they were asking her questions, she got upset and hung up, asking for a supervisor. Ma'am, Osman responds. In an Instagram story posted Wednesday, Osman addressed those who have doubted her. I actually have things going on in my life. I actually have real ways to make money. I don't have to get a GoFundMe for money. I actually can earn income because I'm actually educated and I'm talented, Osman said. Okay, girl. Now she has been arrested. She's been banned from their platform. So I think this is where her GoFundMe scams come to a screeching halt. Okay, well, this is the update that I have for you guys. She has been arrested. She's out on bond. She placed a $10,000 bond, and her arraignment will be in March. So I think that is when I'll have my next update. I hope that I won't have to talk about this issue for the next couple of weeks. And if the update is a good one, I'll definitely be back here to give you to let y'all know. Now let's get into my thoughts. Like I mentioned in my last video, this is not a social justice issue. This is not an issue that pertains to black women or black men or anything racial, any type of justice, anything. The only people that deserve justice are the imaginary people that she implicated and the people whose money she took, which the ones on GoFundMe got their money back, thankfully. This woman does not care about black women. So please, black women, please, black women, please, black women, stop standing on business for this woman. This is not the hill you want to die on. This is not the representation that you want. As a black woman myself, I don't want this type of person to speak for me. Just because we share certain phenotypes and the XX chromosome does not mean we think the same. It does not mean we act the same. It doesn't mean we believe in the same things. Okay? This isn't your symbol. This is not your hero. This isn't the activist that you want it to be. There are rumors of her always having problems with black women, always getting into altercations with black women. There's a video being circulated of her at this hotel, and they told her to I guess they kicked her out or something for because her room smelled like weed. And she got upset. She starts cussing them out. She's getting, belligerent and all that. And because this black woman was not on her side, she called her a coon as bait. The black women that she fights for, the black women that she's always using to gain sympathy points, she is using black women. We can't go out like that. We can't be used by somebody who is misrepresenting us. And black men, how many times did I call your name? Oh my goodness. You guys are also being used as well. She used black men as the villain in this case. She made a villain, the black men. All these black men stood around and did nothing. And black women were the martyrs, in this case. Don't feed into it either. There are black men who don't go around hitting people, assaulting people, but there are, if we want to be honest, there are men who go around doing stuff like this. Just last year, a couple months ago, I heard about this guy who threw a woman off a cliff for rejecting his advances on her. She died. He threw her and her friend. She died, the friend survived because she rejected her advances. There's a video going around of one who shot at a woman for not giving him her number. The one who hit a woman with a skateboard. There's plenty. The one who set a woman's house on fire because she rejected him. It's not going to do you all any good if you continue avoiding the fact that things happen. No, it's not all of you. However, some of you need to be checked. As a black community, it would do us all some good if the men who don't agree with that type of behavior would call it out. But a lot of black men don't say anything. When their peers are doing degenerate things. A very, very, very few black men on this platform say what needs to be said about men. But because you guys want to be on a team, this isn't a team. We're all human beings out here trying to survive. Because you're team black men and not women, black women are the enemy, blah, 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 for whatever freaking reason. You like to ignore when a black guy does something. And one thing that I hate, women do this too. One thing that I hate is when you say something about the one gender and then you try to turn it around or deflect and say, yeah, but women do it, so when they do it, it's okay. No. When the women do it, it's not okay. So what's your excuse now? Just because maybe no one talks about it, just because it seems like it's nice, just because it flies, just because there's a double standard, doesn't mean it's okay. If you're doing something wrong and you get called out and you're saying, well, what about this person? We're talking about you. We're talking about you. Don't deflect. Don't try to shift the blame onto something else. And like I said, women do it too. When a woman is being called out on something and say, oh, but what about, well, how can men aren't supposed to do this thing. If it's wrong for you, it's wrong for someone else. People need to live by the same rules that they make others live by. You cannot say, this person can't do that, but I can do it because, what, I'm special? I don't understand. Anyways, good luck to Rhoda. I don't know if she needs help. But yeah, good luck to her. And I hope she stops scamming. I hope she stops scamming. And I hope everybody's eyes are open to this situation now. I don't want to see anybody up in arms because this woman is facing prison time. She's facing prison time because she committed a crime. Don't free my man's here. Absolutely not. If what she does warrants her, if she gets sentenced and she has to do jail time, she needs to do the time. And hopefully she learns from her mistakes. Like I said before, every day is for the thief, one day is for the owner. Her mess has caught up to her, and now she's facing consequences. Now she's being held accountable for the things that she's done. And this isn't a win for men. This isn't a win for women. This has nothing to do with black men and black women. This is a Rhoda problem. This is a Brick Lady problem, and let Brick Lady take it on her head. Leave black men out of it. Leave black women out of it. Do not Do not try and politicize what this woman has done or what she's possibly about to go through. It's not about us. It's not about Africans either. We didn't even claim that before, so I don't even need to go to that side. Shasha, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for making it this far. You can also please proceed to put a break in the comments section if you made it this far. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're new here, happy to have you. Please join the Alien gang. It's very, very simple. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button. It's right there, right there, right there, and ring that bell so that you can be notified every time I drop a new video. And to my solidified aliens, my amazing subscribers, the best people on the internet, hands down. Twale for you people. Thank you again for coming back, and thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and share the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. You already know what it is. Bye!